Hi Posh fam, welcome back to my channel. Now, I would not have thought that the dinner party was going to be this explosive. Now, we all know that coming on or coming back from the couples retreat, there were going to be a few aftershocks from the drama that went down between Brontë and Harrison as well as Melinda and Leighton. And then to also add to the chaos was Duncan and Alicia having a go at each other, as well as Taylor and Hugo doing what they do best, just disagreeing. Now, I don't know if this was a tsunami of sorts, but it did go beyond the earthquake that I was expecting, and like a tsunami that just left a trail of disaster and almost an exodus, a mass exodus of couples about to walk off the show. And that is exactly what the dinner party event tonight turned out to be. Now we're going to get into the swing of things, but before then, we need to have a gentle reminders, guys. Now, if you are new here, thank you so much for subscribing. And I know we've got a newbie, we've got a new Posh Fam subby. Thank you so much for coming on board. I do appreciate you joining. Now, please share my channel with your friends. I want all the support I can get to grow this channel. We do lots of things here. I am known for being a jack of all trades, guys. When it comes to my vlogging, it's organic, it's very natural as it comes. There's no faking it with me. No. So whatever that's on my mind, I'm going to talk about, and whatever that is happening around us in society, we're not in a vacuum. So I will definitely be coming on here and sharing my few cents or 10. Now, so for my existing subbies, however, you guys have been fantastic. Thank you so much for riding the course with me and staying on board. Again, I would like your comments and likes, as well as sharing this channel to everyone you know. We're gonna get there eventually. It's definitely a slow process. Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? And the journey of greatness starts off very slow. And so let's get into the commentary for episode 20. Kick off the episode and we see Ollie and Tani arguing about baby pink and hot pink, which was preferred. I'm not sure. Ollie's still gonna get a few lessons when it comes to women and having to get dressed and the time it takes for us to get ready. So, but they're looking cute, just having all of this banter going for them. Rupert and Evelyn, they're getting dressed, getting ready for the dinner party. There's really not much to hit here. They haven't got a lot going on for them as usual. Now we are tuning to Jesse and Claire. Now, yes, I did say there was a max exodus and there was a lot of seismic events, Like, I don't know if I'd call it an earthquake or tsunami, but it was something. They, however, started tonight by trying to decide to move in together. Like, they feel their relationship is now at a place where they could come back and live together, because they still live separately. And it was a talk that I was optimistic for. However, things changed, and we're going to find out this as the night explodes, because it was an explosive dinner party event. We head over to Melinda and Leighton. Now, Melinda and Leighton, I did not think they were going to get to this point, but it appears the drama from the couples retreat has solidified, their relationship and their commitment to each other, because what they left with would have actually broken them apart, but they came out certainly stronger than ever, because they had eyes on them and things were said that would have rattled both of them, but it didn't, and it brought them a lot more closer, and both having a respect and appreciation for each other. Good to see them going. Melinda, I don't know if this is going to be like your Nana and Pop. Fingers crossed for you, but we will see how you guys progress. Alicia and Duncan, on the other hand, I did say they were acting at the couples retreat. I did say that. Now, guess what? Alicia has finally found her missing cigarette, okay? And so now she's smoked all the anger away and she's feeling better about Duncan. She literally was starved of affection. She needed her toy, around her 24/7. And her toy, Duncan, wanted to, play with a friend, have a little bit of a break from Alicia. Alicia, not, the attention seeking, sorry, I shouldn't say this. Yeah, but she literally showed her, I don't know, her neediness at the couples retreat. And now they seem to have gotten all over that hurdle, and they are now in a better place. Who knew? Who would have thunk it? I am not holding my breath, however, because Alicia seems to need more than what I think Duncan is willing to give. And so they probably might need an intervention from the experts come the commitment ceremony. However, we are progressing into the dinner party, and that's the first point of contact for them, having to rehash all that happened at the couples retreat. And before we get into Hugo, as we all know, none the wiser, is still living separately from his partner Taylor. But Claire had a surprise news that, which is not surprising to us, myself, a posh fan, because I had given you the spoiler that producer literally begged Taylor to stay on for a couple more days. But eventually she got on the next available Tasmanian ship and went home. She didn't tell anyone. Apparently, she got to Tazi and decided Claire would have been the best person to break the news to, which she did via text message. Text messages seem to be the operating team for tonight's episode. We're going to get into why I said this. And so Claire delivered the breaking news, which wasn't so breaking. And again, it was going to be leading up to an event at the dinner party. Now, Hugo was going in by himself, none the wiser. I don't know if I would say none the wiser. Again, these guys are all play acting for us. But it seemed that he is oblivious to the fact that his partner has suddenly exited the show for Tazi. Remember at the couples retreat, she was missing and reminiscing about her ex pounding. That's the best way I can say it. And so pretty much leaving for a few pounding session is appropriate in this regard because she needed to distress at some at some level. Yes. And so Hugo probably is going to be getting the breaking news when he arrives at the dinner party. But there is the event that is going to be making tonight a little bit epic. Cameron is going in hairless, or should I say, like a hairy wolf. Yeah, he's letting his hair down and it's literally starting up to be a hairy situation. Linda, Lisa, all for it. And we tune into Brontë. And Brontë, now we know their relationship is literally progressing to where they're going to be moving into each other's space once the experiment is over, right? That's according to Brontë. But we're waking up to a new morning at the Sky Lounge. Yeah, by the way, if you're ever planning to go live in Sydney, avoid the Sky Lounge or the Sky Suits apartment. There's a sort of bad karma going on there. Seriously, you don't want to go there and have an apartment there, okay? Just if you're in a relationship, avoid there at all costs. Brontë is reeling from the fact that Harrison broke off or ended or finished the relationship with her via text message. Very typical of Harrison. Dude is such a narcissist, but at the same time has got no balls. You know what I mean? Apparently, according to Brontë, things got to a head when he wanted some clarity following the group addressing their relationship as being fake. And he wanted some reassurance from Brontë. As you know, Brontë is the driver of the relationship. He is just dictating the pace at which they go. Now, Brontë, I'm not sure how that conversation went because I can't really give it to you verbatim. But apparently, Brontë got a little bit stressed and wanted to go home or have a break. And she said, I just want to go home. To which Harrison reacted, oh, you know how when you deny a child an ice cream and they throw tantrums? That is pretty much what Harrison did. He threw a massive tanty and said, I do not want this relationship again. We are over. We are done. This relationship is finished. And so we see Brontë reeling from the fact that the relationship is over. And all her dreams of moving to New South Wales have sort of all of a sudden come to an abrupt end. She's crying, only just now realizing the fact that the rose-colored glasses she was living in has shattered to pieces. I'm not buying any of this, but I'm just going to run the commentary as I see it. This might be a very long commentary, guys, so please bear with me. Now we see Harrison trying to walk back into the scene. I'm like, what is good? Just before they, go into the dinner party. And according to him, he's got deal breakers, and that's trust, commitment, and consistency. And he doesn't have any of that, or Brontë doesn't have any of these qualities, or she doesn't possess any of these qualities. And so for that fact, he's not willing to risk it or put a punt in their relationship. And so it's finished. But he also would like for them to walk into the dinner party as if nothing was amiss. To which Brontë called foul and said, we've been doing this for the last 5 dinner parties and commitment ceremony. I ain't doing it with you anymore. I might going with you, but I am literally going to throw the grenade as far as it can hit you tonight. That's exactly what happens as we get into the arrivals for the dinner party. First things first is Claire and Jesse. No surprise, they've got a bit of news to share, and so them coming in first wasn't a surprise. They decided to play a cheeky one by hiding to give the impression that they are not the first to have walked in, or rather the next guest to walk in would presumptively be the first to walk in. And so they hid, and we saw Melinda and Leighton walking in together, all loved up, hands in hand, and proceeded to go get a drink. And that was where they got the surprise shock. Now, I'm just giving you the little as it's before it got a little bit crazy. And again, it got crazy. Now, the next couple to walk in is none other than Ollie and Tani. Obviously, Ollie has decided to agree with Tani, and Tani is settling for baby pink tonight. She looks beautiful. And following on is Rupert and Evelyn. And as soon as they all gathered, the girls went straight and started talking about the event from the couples retreat, with Claire sharing the fact that she has the information that Taylor has left. And just as we were talking about that, in walks Hugo all by himself, and everyone was sort of feeling a little bit sorry for him and wondering who was going to be the one to be the bearer of bad news. Of course, Claire took the moment to seize the day and corner Hugo to have the chat, letting him know that Taylor took the spirits of Tasmania back to Tassie. Now, from Hugo's facial expression, I don't think he is surprised. I feel like he already knows. But again, they had to play it up for cameras, so it feels like he was so shocked. No, you knew she left. Stop. Okay? But then he sort of had good things to say about her and the fact that he's, happy with where they are at now, given the fact that the relationship didn't really start on a good note to begin with. And we see Duncan and Alicia walking in. They, like I said, they sort of smooth the surface between them, and I don't know what's gonna happen from here on out, but I hope it ends well for them. No sooner had Duncan and Alicia walked in, we see Cameron and Linda coming in, with Cameron showing off his locks, of course. And the final couple to walk into the 5th dinner party tonight is none other than Brontë and Harrison. Now, the entrance was a bit of a statement piece, because as soon as the door slid open, Brontë made a beeline, like exiting, and the entrance was epic. She just made a beeline for the girls and the couch, because she just could not stand, or I felt it was more like a dramatic entry, because they were in the car together. They sat down together to talk before they got into the car together. So the entrance was more to show the girls that she's not together with him and she's got stuff to share. And boy, did she spill. She had to inform the girls about the breakup via text message, which was pretty much what she was bugged by. Harrison then went on to share his own perspective, to which the girls and everyone else sort of shut him down. And he was very emotional. He was, again, faking the emotions. He's an actor guy. And I guess theater is his thing. And the theatrics of it all. He was so emotional, feeling like this relationship breakdown has hit him hard. And in fact, he is now in a state of depression. You know, he's lost everything. He's lost faith in himself. Again, I'm faking. Again, he's faking it. I'm just letting you know exactly what he was trying to project here. This guy, if there's a word that best describes a narcissist, is Harrison. Now, I've seen a few of this male contestants come through this particular show. This guy actually takes the cake because he not only is a mastermind and a mastermind manipulator. He is very, very skilled at deflecting and projecting that you are the problem, not him. He does that so well that you begin to doubt yourself. And that makes him very dangerous. Dangerous around people. Honestly. But I am also glad that we get to see him, his behavior, and so that when you go out there and you meet someone with classic characteristic of Harrison, you know that you don't need to stay there any longer but to exit and run for dear life. Because you don't need these kind of people in your life. He seemed to blame everything on Brontë, that Brontë did not hold her own end of the bargain, and so she broke his trust, she broke consistency, and she is unstable, and he needs someone stable. It's like Brontë, on the other hand, was just crying and expressing all the hurt and pain that Harrison has caused in her life in the 7 how many weeks she's, being coupled up with this guy. And it got worse because they had to head on to the dinner table to have dinner. Now, I don't know how the dinner tasted because having to go through all this drama every time you're going in for a dinner party, dinner definitely will not be tasting good. But yeah, I'm going to give it to these girls how they eat and drink whilst trying to dissect all the dramas that's before them. So at the dinner table, Alicia decided she was going to hit the nail in the head and, so to speak, let's address the elephant in the room. Harrison tried to shut her down by saying, I'm trying to have my salad here with my butter and my beef steak. Give me a minute, give me a break to catch my breath before I delve into the relationship or the specifics of my relationship or non-existent relationship with Brontë. And Melinda is like, no, we're not going to give you a chance to have that salad digest, okay? Just get on with it. And so he went on to say, yes, following the couple's retreat, the accusations or the finger pointing or the impressions that were labeled or made that has to do with their relationship, rattled him, and he wanted to be reassured by Brontë that everything was okay. And so he went to Brontë seeking that reassurance, and Brontë said she was going home, and that broke his trust, and so he said the relationship is over. And things just went left from there on. And that is how manipulative Harrison wanted it to go, because as soon as everyone wanted him to have some form of accountability, he flipped the script, particularly towards Claire and Jesse. Now, we all know that relationship is just hanging by a thread. And Harrison, knowing this information, used it completely to blindside Claire. Now, he spoke directly to Jesse's insecurities by questioning him and ensuring he sees that whatever he's thinking about his state of relationship with Claire is correct. And it went from Harrison, you broke up with Brontë. Why? To Jesse, Claire is not genuine. She pretty much stayed on this experiment for her own self. She is here to clear her image. She is here to repair her image. She is here for the fame that's going to come out of this, and repairing her image following the cheating scandal is exactly why she's here. She's not here for you. Harrison was pretty much getting into Jesse's ear, and he did, because Jesse unleashed, and Jesse started questioning everything, and we stopped talking about Brontë and Harrison, and we were focused on what is going to be happening with Claire and Jesse after tonight. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, guys. Jesse is now beginning to take a step back and having a little more hesitation and a little more doubts and reservations about Claire, and if he wants to stay on the experiment another week. Now we're gonna unpack this at the commitment ceremony, because I hope the experts can be able to convince Jesse that, I can't really speak for Claire, because I don't really know if she's genuine or actually indeed trying to repair her image following all that has happened. But I feel like having Harrison there to manipulate the situation to his own gain is a disservice to the experts, because they are there pretty much as experts, as expert psychologists, to be able to break down and help repair discords among these couples. They've just allowed Harrison reign, go unchecked. The guy is just driving chaotically, and he is hitting and causing massive carnage. Nobody is even willing to stop this guy. Melinda tried again to get in on his head and make him take accountability. He again tried to get into Leighton's head. But the good thing is those two are so solid that nothing is getting into them, that he failed in that department. He tried with Evelyn, who also, wanted some accountability. He went in again with, it was more like, if you come for me, I am going to hit you where it hurts. And he really did that. The night just progressively left a sour taste in my mouth, because he wasn't going anywhere. Brontë wasn't going to get the closure she needed. Harrison wasn't going to let anyone get in his space or have him have some personal or self-reflection about his behavior the entire season. He is not willing. I don't think he can actually see beyond his nose at this point. By the end of the night, Brontë couldn't take it anymore. She literally did not even have the voice or the platform to even defend all what Harrison was saying to the other couples. And she ended up walking off. She walked off with a ball of tears, heartbroken and crying her eyes out. Lindell tried, to console her, but there was only so much she could do. She then left the night. I cannot wait to unpack them at the commitment ceremony. That is just where it should come to an end. And if it doesn't come to an end, I am literally going to stop talking about this too, because I can't with the toxicity with this too. I just cannot. Now, you would think that was how the night was going to end. Nah. There was one more epic surprise, and that was Tayla walking back in with her tail between her legs. To the shock of everyone, because it is pretty much assumed at this point that she had hopped on a Spirit of Tassie, which not really. She went on a plane on the back to Tasmania. And so her coming back, we're not sure exactly why she came back. Spoiler alert though, Daily Mail is reporting that her return was more to express gratitude and to apologize for her behavior, and also explain a few more things that would give the other couples a little bit more insight as to who she is and why she has been the way she has been in the show. Now, this did not make it to air, and I am glad it didn't make it to air, because I really don't care for any sub story from this girl. At this point, I've seen what I have seen. There's only so much edit that can be done. And if you are acting, you sign a contract to act and behave in a manner that is, just unforgivable. That's my point. That's my opinion. Anyway, Hugo decided they were going to go out from the group and have a chat, which they did. Now, at one point I was like, okay, why are you here? Why did you come back? You could have easily sent Hugo a text message to say, yes, I really left. I have informed Claire, but I didn't tell you, or I didn't tell the group, but I have left. Now, she was trying to rehash the couple's retreat. That didn't go down well. And ultimately she said, well, I have come back to give you another opportunity. What? What? Another opportunity? For what? You guys barely slept together in the same room, let alone in the same bed, from night one. And you are back to give it another go? I really don't know. I was a little bit taken aback. But I'm like, no, surely not. And Hugo rightly said, well, I don't think we can. I don't really need the second chance or the fifth chance. You know what? We're not compatible. We don't belong together. Let's stop acting now and just call it a day. Yeah, I'm bummed that I didn't get the much needed TV time that I should have gotten. Or hopefully I get a little bit more promotional content from the few episodes that I'm going to be appearing on with this show. But I think I'm done here. Let's go home. It's too much now. Let's go. And they both walked back into the group to inform them of their decision to pretty much exit the show on the night. And I am so glad that I do not have to put up with these two for one more episode. So here is saying bye to Tayla. Don't let the door hit you as you exit. Okay? There wasn't anything that I learned from you. And quite frankly, good riddance to bad rubbish. Yeah. Now, Tayla isn't the one to leave without having the last word. We eventually found out that she sort of hid their wedding ring from Hugo. Hugo sort of maybe took off his wedding ring to have a bath, and she took the wedding ring and hid it completely the entire time they were both in the experiment. And at one point during one of the dinner parties, she did blame Hugo for losing his wedding ring, and that was a sign for her not to even invest in their situationship. Despicable. She's just plain trash, and I do not want to. That's what she is. And whatever acting school she came out from, she needs to go back and get a refund, because that was the dumbest form of acting I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, sorry. I know, again, it's a stage managed show, so I'm going to call it for what it is, but she probably needs a little bit more acting lessons for her acting skills to take off, okay? And that's where we call it a night here for episode 24. Episode 25 will be the penultimate, I reckon, commitment ceremony. Again, they may hopefully the mass exodus of couples continue on, because at this point there's really not much left to go. We're tired of seeing you guys. Let's just get into the end of this, and I cannot wait for the reunion. And so whilst we're here to unpack the commitment ceremony tomorrow night, if you are watching, if you've watched this far, thank you so much for staying on this commentary. It's pretty much the longest one yet. And I will see you soon. Stay safe and be focused. Thank you. Bye.